think there's another element um that like we talk a lot about tracking what's coming up in non-directed. Um but there's also there can be a way where that can, on a very subtle level be a form of control as well. Um And it's very, very subtle because you can feel like, well, I'm just listening to what's happening. But on some level, just that in a way, especially if we're really skilled with that, can be that. And I think for me, like oh, some of the most important times with non-directed have been like just like really completely giving up. And when that and that is um that like really giving in to something else is like it's not really it stops. It's like I wouldn't put it's like not movement. Like movement isn't really the right direction to be thinking about it with at that point. And so we call it non-directed body movement. That's kind of the origin, but I think that where this stuff is going is kind of a little different when we really kind of are uh, when the heat really comes on. Something else you have to kind of um, um, you have to kind of just burn up, maybe.
Do you then is your body being moved?
Well, I think the body's always being moved, you know. So um, so it's like not possible for the body to be completely static. Um, so in that sense, yeah, you know, but in those, like when I'm in that kind of experience with non-directed, it like I'm not really thinking about that, like it's not relevant in a way.
Mhm.
Uh, I think.
So it's a surrender and an absorption in a way, if one would put words on it. Because that's what we have.
I know, and that is what we have, and that um I think this is why I like the ZZ2 though, because Um, I mean, yeah, surrender, absorption, like those are all really like those are kind of good ways to boil it down, maybe. But in my experience, and I came to this work, after a lot of years of Zen practice. So, and we all come with, I think, a different background with, so much amazing stuff we're bringing. In my experience, what sort of goes on is that, you have all those things you're bringing, and then somehow this kind of rubs you down and rubs you down and rubs you down, and then like the way that you thought that you engage with these kind of, frictions or these kind of things that arise, get really simplified and like bare, and then you know what happens when you know when we do these things, like we just let go or something, it's like a different kind of level of what that means. And for me it was like, oh, I thought I was letting go, or I thought I was vulnerable, I thought I could just be there or something, and it was like not really. and it takes that engagement with this, in my experience, it takes, that engagement with this kind of this energetic process that I found through the ZZ and stuff, and then with the non-directed, for it to kind of rub that down into this kind of different level of like, oh, okay, this is kind of, um I don't really have the same tools, so I don't know what I'm doing here.
Mm.
And I can talk about it, but I don't really know if I'm I don't really know if I'm talking about it in the way that it actually exists now, kind of thing. It's a really, I think it's like super, super personal in that way, and that's what's awesome about it, is it's really hard for me to put it down in like, um a single way that I think, everyone just gets, and then everyone else has their own really, really kind of like intimate experience with it, and it's like, well, you know that's where I am with it. That's where I want to be with it. I don't.
Mm. Yeah.
That was an explosion of words. Corey, you better interrupt me.